Even if the district was not so dishonest, there's an even more important reason that principals and teachers have to be a part of the reopening plan. And speaking for principals, the most important reason we have to be a part of the reopening planning is because we're the ones who have to implement the plan. Not only did CPS create these plans without principals, they didn't even share their plans with us until literally moments before they shared them with you, the press. You have to listen to what CPS CEO Janice Jackson said during a principal webinar in November to justify keeping us in the dark until they can inform you, the press. This is what she said when justifying not getting principals the information we need in a timely manner so that we can prepare a safe reopening for our kids.
First of all, I think that we want, as always, to communicate as early as possible with our stakeholders, especially our partners who are leading our schools, because you play such a pivotal role. Obviously, there are sometimes challenges embedded in that because we share information ahead of time and hope that that information would, remain confidential until it's appropriate to share. But unfortunately, sometimes it's shared ahead of, before we can get our message out. And that kind of puts us at a disadvantage.
But unfortunately, it's shared before we can get our message out, and that kind of puts us at a disadvantage. She is clearly telling principals that her priority of spinning her message to you, the press, is far more important than getting critical planning information to principals in a timely manner. Like, it makes you wonder if they really want to reopen schools, or do they just want the public to think that they want to reopen schools? Because they keep doing it in a way that excludes the people who are most important for the success of a reopening plan. And they're clearly saying here that they care far more about what you, the press, do, the questions that you, the press, ask, than the question principals can bring to the planning table to ensure students are safe, than the question teachers can bring to the planning table to ensure students are safe. They care about you, and so you have to see this. You have to start asking different questions. You have to get up and bring this issue of trust up and get that issue of trust out to the public so that the public can see the real problem, the real thing that's keeping schools from reopening, and it's CPS's continued dishonesty and lack of transparency in how they do business. That's the question you have to get out front and center, because she's made it clear you are the priority, not students. You are the priority, the press, not teachers. You are the priority, the press, not principals. The questions you ask. Don't let yourselves continue to get played. Serve the public and ask the questions that need to be asked. So far, the district has failed to address remote learning inequities and lied about it, failed to plan for staffing inadequacies and lied about it, and failed to staff schools in a manner that will create a genuine in-person learning experience and are misleading parents about it. And so that's where that point comes from. It is one of many experiences that the general public might not be aware of, but we who work close to them and see their dishonesty, see their contradictions time and time again, and then when these same people who we see lying day after day, misleading people day after day, come out and say, hey, we have a safe reopening plan, it's important for you to understand why that lack of trust is there. And it's so important for the public to understand why that lack of trust is there.